At least not a mineable source of it. This is a great indicator, however, that there is still copper here in this mountain. We are all familiar with I'm going to throw a couple of big words at you guys, but you don't need to remember them all. For the ore that was mined here, chalcopyrite is a sulfide mineral. This means that on top of the copper, it also contains sulfur. That does not even lead to the very top. I assure you that it is safer than it looks, just by a little bit. I've been on that staircase exactly one time. And that's the left side handrail. It did not exist when this mill was in operation. We added that at a later date.
Do you know how many panes of glass there are up there? 14,460. I'm just glad this is the only one I have to keep clean. They let a lot of light into this place, which was great for the electricity bill, but they also let a lot of light out. This is why this place was built. All 20 stories of it, to liberate the minerals locked inside massive chunks of ore, just like that. Yeah, one second. I'm so sorry I see this. We've got a much bigger rock on order. This is ore. It's rock made up mostly of minerals we don't want, but one in particular we do, chalcopyrite, because it contains copper. And if they found a few other valuable minerals in there, well, nobody was complaining. But it was copper that the miners were after, because it was here in such abundance. And because copper conducts electricity better than any other metal, except silver. If electricity is the modern world's lifeblood, then copper serves as its veins and arteries. Without... sorry. Well, I guess you get the point. In its day, this mill ranked among the best at coaxing those copper minerals out of the rock. And that efficiency was built right into the design of this building. Each step in the concentration process was located one level below the step before, so that gravity was always helping to move the heavy ore along. And it took a lot of ore to get a little copper. But over the years, the engineers at Britannia got better and better at it. Rival train cars loaded with ore from somewhere within the mines, 240 kilometers a ton. Then the train cars empty their loads into receiving bays below the tracks. The first task was to break up the large chunks of ore in a process known as crushing. Where do they come up with these technical terms? Although it appears empty today, the crushing level was once filled with large machines. The first was called a jaw crusher, which is pretty much how it sounds. It's a set of jaws like a giant nutcracker. It breaks the larger bits of rock down into smaller pieces, about the size of a softball. All the ore was then sent to a second machine called cone crusher. Like a giant pepper mill, it crunches up the softballs into even smaller pieces, about grape size. And from here, conveyor belts carry the crushed ore to the grinding mills. This is where the rock went into large rotating drums, filled with either steel rods or balls like this one. It's always heavier than I remember. The balls tumbled around inside the drums and smashed the rock into even smaller pieces. From there, we go to secondary grinding, Now mixed with water, the ore was washed into more volatiles. And as you can see, there were a lot of them. The ore was then eventually ground down to the consistency of fine sand and water. But now all the different mineral grades in that muddy slurry had to be sorted out. And this is where it gets really interesting. They actually found a way to get rock to float. Well, some of it anyway. In flotation, the ground up rock and water mixture was poured into troughs. Certain aromatic oils were added. Here is a kind of sloping freight elevator used to carry the heavy equipment up to all the various levels. With workers riding it, that was absolutely forbidden. It's just too dangerous. Even empty has stipulates 3 tons. 15 tons with a full load. Imagine it break free. Anything in this path, like where you're sitting now, well, fortunately that never happened. Okay, good. Anyway, there was plenty of other things going on here. For one, they were always repairing equipment or installing something new to improve the concentration process. Sometimes a particularly stubborn boulder would get caught in one of the receiving bins and have to be cleared before the next train arrived. And up there, the ship foreman would be told when they needed to deal with it, with a well-placed stick of dynamite. And once in a while, that even blew out the upper row of windows. Fire in the hole! Okay, that's got it. And here comes the ore train. Let's start the conveyor belts. And now for the jaw crusher. And the cone crushers. We just keep that last part between us. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
The mill, the concentrator, was dark. And I sat up on the bluff and I couldn't come home because I was crying so hard. It was the saddest thing. I never see the mill building without lights in it. And that's why I knew it was over after being here for so many years.
So the people had to move on. But the building itself remains, a testament to all who lived and worked here. And today it's a National Historic Site. So I hope next time you're driving by, you might have a better understanding